through as much bullshit as I have, but...
Three, two, one.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker podcast brought to you by Foul Bandits. I'm Jeff Stanfield.
I'm Andy Shaver. It is sweater weather out there today. Oh, nice north wind blowing.
Yeah, and I didn't bring no damn sweater today, and I'm cold.
You weren't out here for breakfast, so you didn't see the low.
Also, with Foul Bandits, they have a promo code, migration, and you'll save 20% on any apparel, stickers, anything like that. So go to foulbandits.com and it will be the promo code migration for 20% off everything.
All one word, Jeff.
All one word. How else would you spell migration without being just one word?
It's 2020.
Put a hyphen in there or something.
So we have our new guest with us, new member of Team Stanfield. And actually, the other day when we were talking about it, before we ever got into scrap as a guide staff, I think the number one guy's here right now. What do you think?
I think so. I think we got a good shot with you. If we ever had to scrap.
Have we told everybody your name yet?
Not yet.
Guns involved, or we just muscle?
Just muscle. Straight muscle.
You can't tell, but with this hoodie,
So you're a rip motherfucker is what
I'm
you're saying.
Looking big right now.
You're looking big?
Yeah.
Chris Slaten.
Chris Slaten.
So, Chris, where are you from?
I am from Fort Worth, Texas. Born and raised Fort Worth. Live in Justin now.
Fort Worth has changed a lot in the last 10 years.
Good God.
It's becoming liberal.
It is probably a little liberal. Crowded. Super crowded. I just watch people pour in left and right. Subdivisions they're building, the damn city. It's not my hometown anymore. It's not Fort Worth. It's not the same Fort Worth. You got to go outside of the city limits a little bit.
What did the one guy say yesterday that Fort Worth is kind of...
They're getting a lot of pressure from the liberals on their policies now.
It surprised me.
Who was telling us that? The guy here.
The guy here.
Yeah, the guy hunting with us right now. You know, we were in Fort Worth 3 summers ago at the Trophy Hunters, and they had ran the road. They detoured it through the projects over by the God dang, what's it called? The convention center.
It was that Mexican place you wanted to go eat at so bad.
Yeah, they have a Mexican restaurant. I can't think of that. Mercado Juarez.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to Mercado Juarez.
Anything with Juarez in it, fucking avoid.
The food's good.
No.
Oh, yeah.
The food was excellent.
Guns are welcomed at your hip there.
Yeah. Well, we went to eat there, but to get there, they sent us through the housing projects on the way. It was so bad, Michelle was videotaping.
Oh, man, we got some rough parts.
Michelle was like a Karen. Michelle was like a Karen there, you know. She was videoing like, oh, my God, look. You can see his butt crack. His pants are hanging down. But we were in Thug Central. I'm telling you, you couldn't have told if we was in Compton or Fort Worth. So it wasn't much difference.
There is some rough parts of Fort Worth, man, I tell you.
And that surprises a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, and you think of Fort Worth, you think, oh, man, we're country there. It's not really anymore. We're pretty much roped in with Dallas. You know, that's when they tell you it's DFW now. It's not Fort Worth.
Right.
It's not Dallas. It's all one. It's just one big metroplex, one big crazy overpopulated city now.
I was at the FBO at Meacham Field one time, and there was a guy in there, and they had a jet. There was a couple of jets in there. Anyways, this guy was come in there, and he said something about being in Dallas. And my buddy that's a pilot, he goes, this ain't fucking Dallas. This is Fort Worth. He said, you take your yuppie ass back fucking to Dallas is a different place. And cocksuckers get this straight right. And everybody was kind of looking at him like, what the fuck? But if you'd known him, that's the way he talks. And, you know, but there used to be a definite difference between Fort Worth and Dallas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not so much anymore. You know, I live in a big subdivision. It feels like Dallas. Feels just like it.
So you've been in battles all over the world as a soldier. Is there anything that scares you? Like, if you went to it's going to take a lot to really intimidate you, isn't it?
You know, you'd think that. But loud noises, if I don't know they're coming, get me. You know, there's a couple things.
But if you walked into a bar,
is that just from your time in the military, though?
Yeah, I think that's all military, man.
Any Unexpected loud noise, just kind of.
Pretty much. If I'm not expecting it, yeah, it'll shake my boots. As far as scared of anything, no,
You don't get some guys say, "I'm gonna whip your ass." That don't bother you.
Nah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's somebody that's been to combat. That really does not bother you.
No, there ain't anyone that lives in the city here.
What they used to call shell shock is the word they used to use, and I think it's PTSD as a form of it now. Being shell shock is what after Vietnam and after World War II and stuff they would do that to people that. And when I was a kid, and kids are assholes. Iowa Park had a janitor that was a Vietnamese guy, and he was shell shocked real bad. And them fucking kids would fucking pop balloons and shit behind him, and that poor fucker would piss his pants and go running in the room and shit.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
It is now, but when you're 16 years old, they're gonna make Wong Dong there piss his pants. Watch this shit, and you'd want, But as you get older, you realize how sad that was.
Well, back then, man, PTSD wasn't even a thing.
No,
you were supposed to be rock hard as hell, getting out regardless. You get out of the military, and you better not be soft, And it's a good thing that's changed in the world now is PTSD and depression and anxiety and mental disorders. They're a real thing, man. It's there. I'm living proof. I battle it every day. So I'm a big advocate in PTSD and people that have it, and you got to get help.
I think they use the word PTSD too much because Justin Bieber has PTSD over some shit. He's got fucking coming off his fucking meds, pussyitis is what he's got. I mean, but there are legit people that have it. I can see a
Sorry, Justin, if you're listening.
Yeah. If you're listening to here, we appreciate it, bud. Send us a tweet.
Tweet us out.
Yeah, but I don't. People that have it, that are soldiers, I don't think people realize how it is. I have no idea. I'm telling you right now, I'm avoiding MLK Boulevard after dark, so I do not want to be in a fucking war zone of any sort.
So you got it.
So, well, I guess I do then when it comes to MLK Boulevard. But when I was young, I was stupid, and I went down there at nighttime with the windows down and the stereo blaring. But what gets me is that house that I watched a documentary on Zakawi or something that was on Netflix, and it showed it from the soldiers getting shot at and shit. And I thought, fuck, you don't ever get a fucking break.
No.
Everybody that comes through that fucking door, that gate right there, you're thinking is going to try to suicide bomb your ass. And it just was, and I told Michelle, I said, you don't realize how many people they have in those little cramped little villages and shit, and someone's always trying to kill you.
Oh, every day.
I couldn't, and I told her, I said, there's no rest.
Every day.
There's not even a safe place to go to hardly. And I don't think people in America really realize how severe and what that must be like to live under that constant.
Yeah, and I talk about it all the time, and they hate us over there. I don't care what anyone tells you. You're in their country. Can you imagine someone coming into your country? I mean, it'd be the same thing.
And telling you how it's going to be.
You'd hate their ass,
right.
Coming in, kicking your doors down, and tying you up, and whatever they want to do to you, basically. And they hate you. So yeah, every day, everyone wants to kill you. I don't care what they're saying. They don't like you. So
Can you see that in their eyes, or is it just as soon as you walk in the door, like, can you just feel the animosity that they have towards you?
Man, my last deployment, I was in southern Iraq, and
now what years were you deployed?
So I joined in 06. I got out in 13. So I deployed in 08, 09. I deployed in 2010. I spent about 47 months over there. So
that's a long time.
7-year career, 7.5-year career. I was there 4 years.
And you were a sniper.
And I was a sniper. So my first deployment, I was infantry, and then ended up going to sniper school. And it was the best thing I could have did is getting a little further out. But,
right.
Man, I loved every bit of it, but there was a point in my life that's all I knew. I knew Iraq better than I knew Texas. I could tell you street names and people and where to get something good to eat and drinks and wherever. Find your hashish, whatever you want to find.
What's a hashish?
Dope.
That's like
it's marijuana.
Yeah, that's like a Iraq hash or something.
Yeah.
Really?
Andy, for someone that's worldly, that's a Scotch drinker with Milky Ways, you'd think
excuse
you'd know
the
more
fuck
of
out of
this
me
stuff.
for not knowing what hashish is.
Come on, Andy.
Telling you.
What the fuck?
Andy's always trying to impress everyone, so nigga, he'll be an hashish expert next month. You watch, he'll be like, "Have you tried the turkey hashish?"
What are those? You see them, the Chinese, the opium dens. In that's how I'll be with
the hookahs.
Yeah, that's how I'll be with my hashish. Just have it hooked.
They come here tomorrow. Check out this hashish. You go ahead and call Chris. See
I
what
got
this
it off
looks
eBay.
like.
It's really good.
I've never smoked dope, a hookah or anything. I know this stuff, and the world's smartest guy on the podcast
Fuck,
over here.
You know.
You let me down.
I'm just
Andy.
trying to stay up.
Stay.
Just trying to stay up.
Stay
That's it.
educated.
Just trying to stay relevant.
Do the people stink over there?
God, man, they don't.
They don't
Yeah.
take baths. They don't
Drag
wipe their
this
ass.
a little bit closer to
No.
you.
No.
You're good. This thing will move. You can move it wherever you want to go.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Yeah, they do stink, man, and they wipe their ass with their hands. That's real. They
And then
actually
shake your hand.
and they actually do that. No, because like I
It's
think
an insult, isn't it?
I can't remember if it's a left hand or a right hand, but one of the hands they use to shake, to wipe their ass, and that's the one that's disrespectful, and that's true, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you go around. I think it's your left hand. You go around, chat, waving at people with left hand. That's a fuck you. That's a
They just
fan.
called you a shithead.
And the bottom of your feet, the weirdest thing, man. You show them on the bottom of your feet, and that's an insult. So,
Really?
What?
Yeah, the bottom of your feet.
The only time you see a bottom of feet in America, it's usually a good thing.
You want to piss off some Iraqis, walk around the bottom of your feet, left hand
With your
up,
left hand out to 'em?
Man, they're gonna hate you even more.
I never would have thought that. And like, there's a lot of customs that you got to like figure out ahead of time before you go.
Yeah, you think, but
You're not there. You're not there to make friends.
no, you want to,
Yeah.
because you don't want to, get shot at every single day, but.
Well, where was it they said that they'll actually cut off the hand? They'll cut off your good hand so that you have to live your life doing shit with your dirty ass wiping
Probably if you
hand.
steal something or shit.
But is that over there or is that in China?
I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Is there any hot chicks there?
There is, man. They're hairy,
They're hairy.
but you can't really tell. They got their
The
full
burqa?
They're wearing a fucking tent.
Yeah, they got their full outfit on, and all you can see is their face. Their face are, good.
Do they have
looking.
like Iranian titty bars and shit?
I think they got Iraqi like whorehouses.
Do they?
Yeah.
I always wondered about that. We had a guy from Saudi Arabia that hunted with us one time. I've had a couple, but this guy here had no soul. I mean, he was from Saudi Arabia. He was over here buying vehicles to ship back to.
Yeah.
He was getting King Ranches.
Yeah, King Ranch
Over here.
was going to buy.
Yeah.
I think 4 King Ranch pickups because he wanted to know where the car. Was going to go to the car show one afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what car show? It's like a Wednesday. The showcase. I was like, I didn't. I said, what are you talking about? Where the cars? I said, a car dealership? Yeah. We're going to buy 4 King Ranch pickups. He said, we're going to send them to Houston and put them on a container ship. And he asked me when he's leaving, he said, do they take American Express? I thought, I'm sure they will. They probably hit one for $250,000 or whatever it's going to cost for 4
Wow.
pickups. I'm sure they bought the big, nice $80,000 rigs.
I've never been there, but I know they got money there.
And he told me, he said, you can't get Ford pickups in Saudi Arabia.
Really?
That's what he told me. Where maybe it's in his kingdom he was, but he was part of the royal family. But
They also said that they bought real estate in New York City, Manhattan.
in
Like if
California,
there was an empty lot, they would buy it.
To do what with it?
who knows?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Spend their money and
Uh-oh.
build them a fucking mosque or some shit. But
Yeah, calm down.
I asked about multiple wives. I go, how's that multiple wife deal work for
It's
you?
true.
And he goes, oh, my dad has multiple wives. I just have one. I thought, boy, I bet he's fucking shit at Valentine's Day and Christmas.
They live in the same house, man. So in Iraq, they'll have multiple story houses. And they'll have a 4-story adobe house. And one wife will live first story, second story, third story, fourth story. And they
How do they get? Who is the first floor the better one or the top floor the better one?
probably go first. First floor is probably worse one where you can run out real quick.
Can you imagine having to tell her you got a new one coming in?
Baby, I'm going to have to move
Yeah.
you up or down the
Yeah.
floor.
Honey, we're going to have to add on here. Up
I noticed
top.
the construction guys here again. You're bringing another whore into the house.
No, that's for real though, man. I mean, how the hell do you manage even one?
They rule with a little bit different pimp hand than we do over here, though.
Yeah, they got
mean-
got a lot down there. I guess I don't know how you can handle all that.
Ugh.
It's a different world, man. I encourage people like third world countries. I wish everyone could see that. I mean, you want to, a lot of people talk about like the upper class and the lower class here, and how the middle class is kind of going away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you either got money or you don't got money. Well, I mean, that's the truth. You're either really, really rich or you have nothing.
Dirt
I mean,
fucking floor.
dirt. I mean, lucky if you have a floor. It's
So it's kind of like Mexico and Guatemala and all them
nothing-
places, too.
No, Mexico.
Worse. It's worse in Mexico, even in the slums.
Yeah, I mean, Mexico slums would make that place look. Yeah, that'd be great for Iraq. It's bad. It's. I mean, it's even worse there. You know, we came in and demolished the whole place, and
If it wasn't for oil, we wouldn't give two shits what's going on over there.
there's no way we'd be there.
Nope. And the same with, it's like Africa and some of the plains of Africa where they have nothing. There's nothing there. There's no natural resources, so we
No.
don't give a shit.
No, what are we fighting for over there?
Yeah.
I asked myself that a lot. You know, while I was there, what the fuck am I doing here? What am I
Right.
doing here? I have no clue.
Oil.
Spending billions of dollars too.
Yeah. Every mission was like HVT, which is high value target. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't know him.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
all about oil. That's all it's about.
everything. It's all about money. It's way over my head.
We're
Did
just
that get
pawns.
frustrating towards the end of your career? Like you're questioning that sort of thing, or are you just like, God, fucking shit?
Yeah.
Like, who is this guy? What do he do?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck am I doing over here?
Every time I got one, you know, who is he?
Right.
What did he do?
Being controlled by people that are voted in that have no clue what's going on, that some lobbyist is giving them some money to vote for them to vote a certain way.
Oh yeah.
If you're an arms dealer, it's like you want us to be at war. You're making all that money selling shit to
Hell
people.
yeah. There's so much money.
That's what it's
in war.
about. Yeah,
War's all money.
It's
I mean,
profit.
there's so much money in war. I mean,
We've spent $3 trillion, I think is what I read, since 9/11. $3 trillion.
that we didn't have.
What have we accomplished? Besides getting a lot of innocent kids sick and hurt.
Nothing.
Shut
I
up.
mean, look at the country
the,
now.
the geography over there is the same. The same people are running basically the same areas. And there's going to be someone's going to call us out. No, it's not true. The Sheiks are running. I don't know. The Shiites or whatever.
Well, it might be a different. But
but it's
thug,
the same
basically,
shit
is all
going
it
on.
is.
It's a different gang leader basically
Right.
over there. Afghanistan, when I was a kid, Russia was fighting in Afghanistan against the Afghans. And America was with the Afghans on this deal. They were trying to help because they were trying to keep it from being communist. It's fucking been communist ever since. It's just a different type of communism. But it's the same way, warlords.
Who knows, man? Like I said, I
There's
have
not
no-
an answer.
I have no clue what's going on over there. I know that we're pretty much gone out of there now, and it's just as bad. I mean, we'd have an excuse to go back if we really wanted to, but
I bet our great grandkids
probably go
will
back.
still have the same shit going on over there then that they're having now. They've been fighting since we started our country here in 1776 or whenever we become our country in 1776. So they've been fighting over there and been the same way. The Barbary Coast is Barbary Coast. It has been and will be. What's the coolest place you went to when you got to go over there and see stuff?
The coolest place.
I know no place was cool, but there had to be some place that really natural beauty that you thought, this is really a
Man.
neat place.
Unfortunately, in my career, I didn't go to a whole lot of natural beauty. I mean, I flew into Dubai for a while. I was there for a week. It was
It's just a fancy desert, isn't it?
pretty much. I mean, it's a big, giant city, lots of lights. Outside of that, there's fucking nothing. Nothing. I mean, it kind of looks like New York City, to be honest with me. A little more fancy, a lot of money. Nice places. I didn't go to any. Went to some places in the States. That's about it. And overseas, Iraq. That's it.
Did you see ducks and geese when you're in Iraq?
I saw none. You know, and
And you look too.
oh hell yeah, I looked, and I tried to go on a hunt.
You tried to go on a hunt, but there's nothing. But you look on the deal pages, and I've got some guys that
Busting them down.
yeah,
in Iraq.
and they shoot these
Yeah.
fucking crane deals. They'll shoot like 60 of them at a time. They sneak over.
They
there.
go out barefoot and shit
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
and then these big ass like robes and shit with a double barrel.
Where?
Just
And-
fucking.
I don't know,
let
and,
'em have it.
and they holler. What they always say?
Alibaba.
No, not Alibaba. That's the thieves. That's Dad's band.
Oh.
What was it say when they shoot something? Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're shooting at these fucking birds. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. And I'm like, what the fuck? But I've got some of them on my Instagram. I don't know who the fuck they are. They got all the fucking Arabic number, but they're all hunters.
I delete those. I decline those. If they start following me, you get blocked. There was one guy that was following me. Like, it legitimately looked like it was a fucking most wanted poster. This cocksucker, he ain't getting. I'm not going down with him.
He's just
Fucking blocked.
He's just trying to come on a hunt down here,
And
bud.
he would like all my shit all the time. I'd see it, and he'd have the fucking towel on his head, and it
The
legitimately
towel
looked-
on his
he
head.
did.
I wonder what they're hunting. They hunting rivers?
They hunt. There's some of the places are just great waterfowl hunts.
Come on.
They do. I know Pakistan's got really good waterfowl hunting.
Wow.
And there's just certain. I'm sure there's some that is it Baikal Valley? Is that right there?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some good. I mean, it's like anywhere.
Yeah. I wonder what they're growing over there.
Probably eating
Poppy.
that hashish.
Oh, yeah, hashish. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I guarantee you.
Yeah, there's a lot of waterfowl hunting over there, but they're really rich.
That's wild.
Ramsey Russell was telling us that he'd hunted in. Where was he at? Where they had stayed at and they called the Muslim call every morning, the prayer. And he said he didn't want to leave his room to be disrespectful, and they're all on kneeling and shit. And the guy had a slave that took him to the blind and put out his decoys, and the guy was a slave.
Wow.
Been there his whole life.
Yeah.
And he worked for this beautiful place and had cobras,
Yeah.
on the floor, and
They'd put out cobras at night.
Yeah, keep the rats and stuff out of the hallways and shit, and they'd collect them in the morning. That's when you got to fucking get with the morning wood for sure, because you got to pee so bad.
I'm pissing in the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Before I'm fucking with the cobra.
I hate a fucking snake.
I hate snakes, man. And I did a lot of teal hunting this year.
Did you run into any?
I've never seen so many snakes in my life.
Really?
That'd be all for me.
Everywhere.
Cottonmouth?
Big cottonmouth.
Oh,
man.
fuck, that'd be the end of it.
nasty.
Don't
big.
move your head this way, Jeff. You're blocking his shot. There you go. No. You're fine where you were. Just your big ass head
The
keeps.
production guy here.
That's
Well,
all right. I
he's
have
got
too much
a-
of a haircut.
He's got a big dome.
Behind him.
Oh, Steven Spielberg over here.
He's got a big dome. It gets in the way every once in a while.
So, the cottonmouths were bad?
Man, they were so bad this year, and I swear they've been getting worse and worse. And I don't know if it's the hot weather. I mean, hell, I didn't hunt one teal day under 70. Did y'all?
No, because we had the big front first week of September
Yeah, that's before season.
before season, and then after that it was
It's gradually gotten
Fucking
warmer.
hot.
Man, where I was, we had so many birds early September, and they were gone. I mean, just
We had a good teal season
did you?
our season got better.
as the year went.
The last week of season was really good. Earlier it was kind of hit or miss. We had a couple good hunts, and then right in the middle it was just okay because no new fucking birds came. It was hot.
Did y'all get a bunch of early birds before season started?
Yeah.
Yes.
They moved out too.
And then that last week of season we had 2 really good hunts.
Did you have to deal with? Did you hunt the boat or waders?
I have a boat.
So that you let them try to get the snakes in the boat with you?
No, I don't even have a blind on the boat. I take the boat to wherever I go hunt and get out. But
So you're in the waders with the snakes.
the first day,
Fuck that.
the first day,
After
until I about stepped on about 3 or 4 of them, and
That's it for me. I'm telling you, I'm done.
that's it. That'll ruin your hunt.
You
first
look
thing, first thing in the morning.
This fat boy looked like Jesus Christ walking on water for his fucking snake there. I'm scared to death of him.
Ooh, I made the mistake of bringing my daughter opening day too, and oh yeah, she hates snakes as much as I do. So
That'd be it. I'll go home. I'm telling you, I do not like snakes. That'd be the end of it.
It crossed my mind. Crossed my mind for sure.
See, we have rattlesnakes. Luckily we don't have to worry about cottonmouths out here, but we have to worry about rattlesnakes.
Oh, that's on any
And
better for me.
one of the last day, I took Reese with me on the last day of the season, and like we set up by a big log, and it's got a like a big hollow in the middle of it, and I'm like, fuck. He's wanting to like climb in it and jungle gym it. I'm like, don't fucking do that shit. Just stay here.
Reese is wormy.
fucking
place.
around. Luckily, no snakes.
Yeah, man, you asked me if anything scares me. Them fucking snakes scare me.
Did you deal with cobras when you was overseas?
Nah, man, we dealt with what do they have? These sand pit vipers, which are
I bet they're pretty. That sounds like a horrible thing.
oh, they're nasty. They're nasty, and they hide under the sand too, and you'll scurry them up. And
Oh,
they're fast too. And then we dealt with we had a bunch of incidences with those camel spiders. You ever heard of those?
nuh-uh.
Oh my god, they get like the size of a baby dog. They're huge, man.
Fuck
And
that.
don't let me get too scientific, but what I think they do is they'll bite you and they'll eject you with like their numbing poison.
Oh,
right?
fuck.
And you can't feel
So you don't feel it?
You can't feel their bite. You can't feel it when they inject you, and then they eat at your flesh.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll eat holes in you. And they're huge, man. I'm not kidding. They're the size of that decoy right there.
Hell no.
Big. And we get
What are they called? Camel spiders?
camel spiders. You gotta look one of
I'm
them
gonna
up.
look it up.
They're huge.
So did y'all have to deal with this thing in camp and stuff?
Yeah.
Did you know anybody got bit by one of them?
Oh yeah, a couple of people.
No
Really?
shit.
Couple of people.
Is it a nasty wound afterwards?
It's like a hole. Yeah, depending on how. I mean, if you fall asleep and don't know this thing's there, I mean, and it all works out wrong. I mean, you can wake up with a big old hole for sure. Yeah.
Did anybody get bit by a sand viper?
I don't know anyone who got bit by a viper, but we
Always
saw them.
Always wondered how many guys back in the Vietnam War got bit by cobras and shit. You know, crawling around all over the ground and shit over there.
Oh.
Fuckers are big.
That's why I would take my chances in the Arctic and trying to stay away from a polar bear. If you had to choose to survive somewhere and I had a plane crash in the Amazon or in the middle of the freaking Arctic,
No.
I'd take the Arctic any time over the fucking Amazon.
Oh my God! Can you imagine there?
Oh, no. I'm snake. You can't. Oh, hell no.
Yeah. I think snakes are probably my biggest fear.
Yeah. I'd rather walk down MLK Boulevard with a bucket of chicken before I do that shit.
Yep, I saw a lot of them, man. I swear every year. That's why I don't fuck with those for sure.
So when did you become a sniper? How long into your career?
Oh, I was probably a couple years into it. I was a deployment in, got out. I mean, I always thought I was a decent shot, but sniper school really never even was an option. Never really thought about doing it, and opportunity presented itself, and away I went. And it's
How do you fall into that? I mean, does somebody approach you, or are you like, look? Is there like a fucking resume wanted list that you look at every day?
Yeah, I mean, they'll kind of have your eye on you. You do a lot of shooting, you know, when you're infantry, so they're going to kind of know who's a better shot. And when there's a slot that opens up,
what are they looking for? Are they looking for a good shot? Are they looking for somebody that's smart? All the above.
All the above. I mean, you got to have your head on your shoulders right. You got to be confident, and the biggest part is you got to want to do it. You know,
right.
Sniper school is only 5 weeks. It's not like the longest period ever, but it's gruesome, man. It's tough.
Now, when you're a sniper, so you'll be a sniper and then you'll have a spotter.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
do you go to be one or the other, or are they interchangeable?
They're interchangeable. We you alternate, but it really depends. But yeah, you go to learn both.
So like in the movie Shooter, where Mark Wahlberg's a sniper, he's got the spotter. They would switch jobs in real life. The one guy's not just going to be a spotter.
No, yeah, he's going to be a shooter first. You're going to be a sniper first. You're going to be, you're going to know how to shoot first before you're doing all that. But times kind of changed a little bit. Spotters are kind of fading out a little bit. I mean,
Why?
I think it's technology-wise. You know,
you just don't need two people to do that job.
I mean,
anymore?
hell, they have scopes now that tell you everything, man.
Really?
They tell you windage and yardage. They tell you everything. They even have scopes now that'll account for all that and put your crosshairs on the target. So
you're not actually having him do the shooting, and it's a computer doing it basically.
You know, I never had those, but they have them out now. I think they're implementing them.
How far?
More.
What kind of scopes? Look, how big are these scopes that you're using?
25, 50s usually.
So at a mile, what are you looking at the target looking like from a mile away?
That's real small. It's
at a
real
mile
Really?
still?
A person is like it's like a Coke can.
Really?
Yeah, it's a small target.
And you're just trusting that your math was right and you got all your shits dialed in?
Pretty much. 1440 is my farthest shot. But, man, I mean, hell, people are – I just watched a YouTube video yesterday of someone shooting like 3,200 meters. I mean, it's –
How far is that in, like, miles?
Like almost 2 miles, I think.
What?
Yeah.
And you're shooting a big gun like 50 cal or something, right?
3,200 meters, that's about 9,000 feet. It's close to 2 miles. That's a long way.
Are they shooting 50 cals?
50 cals and 338 Lapua, yeah. Both of those rounds.
Do you ever get a second shot at somebody, or is it a one-shot only deal?
You know, depending on how far you are. If you're far enough away, we shoot mostly suppressors.
If you're at you do shoot with a suppressor?
Oh,
yeah.
So if you're at your, what'd you say, 1440?
1440, yeah.
If you, I'm assuming you hit the target.
I have hit a target at 1440, yeah.
But if you're shooting at
that's not my farthest combat shot. No, that's just my furthest shot in general.
What's your furthest combat shot?
Oh, not far. I'm like almost 800.
At 800, can you get a second shot off?
How bad did you miss? You hit something around him? Because then probably
Didn't
not.
know.
Probably not.
But if you whiff bad, you could do it.
I mean, a lot of times, yeah, you're going to take a second shot, but
at 2 miles, they're not even going to know that they got shot before you shoot a second time usually.
Yeah, you'd think, man. 50 cal, 50 cal, there's so much kinetic energy. You don't even have to hit someone. You just have to get around them. So take their leg off.
Really?
No shit?
Yeah. It's just got to be around them. You don't even have to hit someone to kill someone.
How close is around them?
I mean, you're 3, 4, or 5 inches off, and
So you're not buzzing someone's ear and not killing them. If you're that close to them, it's
Oh yeah, they're dead.
It's not like the movie where
No
it
shit.
just fucking
They're dead.
grazes their head.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
We had this guy out here. He was full of shit. He lied about everything all the time, but he was a good storyteller, so I'd listen to him because he was telling me that he was there were some hog hunters, and he had him a ultralight aircraft, and he would push these pigs out, and these guys would shoot at him. And he said, "Yes, one old boy, he's kind of dangerous. He shot my hat off my head."
Damn it, boy.
I was like, "He what? I shot my hat off." Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how it happened.
Yeah, he probably believes it too.
He was. I think he just lied to lie, but.
That's
Like,
okay.
okay.
He's a good story.
You've been watching too much fucking TV's what you've been doing. I said, you were flying at him? Yeah, he shot right at me. Just okay.
You ever done that?
No, the helicopter hog hunting.
No, I've always wanted to do that.
My cousin has a business, Pork Choppers Aviation.
Really?
Yeah, they do it out here.
They do it out here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Haskell, 20 miles south of here.
There's some big money in that.
Yeah.
We got a local guy that does it also, Cedar Ridge. They do it.
Like $1,000 an hour last time I checked it.
I think it probably is.
1,000 or 1,500, something like that.
$1,500 an hour. Man.
So what is
Ways
the,
to make a living.
Yeah.
No,
What
yeah.
What is the I don't know what was something. Oh, the shooting stuff. So you shoot. How often do guys miss their snipers?
All the time. I mean, we're normal.
So it's not like TV where it's boom, choom, boom, choom, and somebody's falling over every time. It does.
No.
Is 50-50 is a good rate?
50-50 is probably pretty close to a good rate. Yeah. I mean, you know, it depends. There's a lot of nerves that go involved, you know.
Well,
You can
Oh,
be,
I couldn't imagine doing
you can
it.
be a great shot on the range and you know, first deployments are a hard thing, especially when you're a sniper. Is you don't know, you've never been into combat, you've never shot at someone, and hell, I'm great at a target, and then you go and your hands are shaking.
Texas is home of the greatest snipers. I mean,
Chris Kyle.
yeah, and John Denver. You know that he supposedly was a. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, he killed John F. Kennedy.
I thought it was John Denver's dad.
No, John Denver is the one that shot John F.
Oh.
Kennedy. You have to listen to the story. It's a hell of a story.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
I don't
right
think it's
here.
still breaking. It's a old tale that supposedly that's why he killed himself in his airplane crash.
Man, you're full of conspiracies.
He
Chad.
loves it.
He
I love
loves them.
conspiracy. This one here caught me off guard because I was not ready to hear that Rocky Mountain High was the shooter for John F. Kennedy. He was under what was it? The CIA was using some kind of mind-altering drug on him, and it
Now
haunted
that
him
is
for
a
the
real
rest of his
thing.
life.
Now that is a real thing.
He was the shooter for him, they say.
because I've heard a couple different things on that.
Before you call me out on this, just
I'm not-
listen to
I'm
the
not
story.
calling
When
you
you
out.
listen to the
I'm just
story, it
saying
is
that-
a very. But he was on a mind-altering LSD type drug that the CIA
Yeah.
was giving him, and he was at Colorado Springs at a fort, and he learned how to shoot from some famous guy, and supposedly he was the trigger guy on the John F. Kennedy deal, and he was just doing his job, and he was under this mind-altering deal, and
I think they said that Manson was under the same thing. It was like Operation Midnight or some bullshit like that. I'm looking it up right now.
No kidding.
No, that's Operation Midnight Climax. Yeah, they were looking at the effects of how LSD would affect people. They were hoping to give it to soldiers, put them like behind enemy lines, have them take out a high value target, and what they were thinking was is if they got caught, their
Blame it on
minds
the
would be
drugs.
erased. Well, their minds would be erased, and they could, they're under this mind control deal. So if they tortured them, they didn't know anything.
God, I couldn't imagine shooting on that. Is that real?
I don't know.
You can look Operation Midnight Climax.
I'm
It was
telling
in
you.
San Francisco.
Man.
They would get these. They would seduce these John Does into like these brothels. They would inject them with this LSD or have them smoke it or however the fuck you do LSD. Take a tablet, I guess.
Yeah.
And then there was like a two-way mirror, and then they would just, I guess, see what all they could do.
I couldn't even imagine being halfway accurate.
Is it? So you were an infantry guy and you were also a sniper. Is it harder almost being a sniper because you know when you're in the infantry and you're busting down a door, you're just reacting.
Right.
Whereas when you're a sniper, you're a little bit more cerebral. You know, you're assessing your target a
Right.
little bit more. Is it do the nerves get to you more as a sniper, or is it being in the infantry?
I'd probably go kicking down doors, man.
It's easier for you just because you can just fucking go. Or
You know, there's, I guess both would be tough, but you know, hats off to those dudes. That's all they do is kick down doors. I mean, There's some fucked up people out there, man. They like to put Constantine wire right on the inside of their doors. So like as soon as you kick a door down, you get caught in the wire, and then boom, that's it. So the kicking down doors, it's scary shit, man. You don't know what you're walking into, and a lot of times you got multiple houses to go through, and
Right.
I'm a little further away. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of nerves either way, though, for sure. I got a little more time to think about what
Right.
I'm doing, though, for sure.
Do you
I did a lot of security missions. I mean, that was my goal is follow those guys that are
Kind
they're
of
doing
like
raids.
Overwatch
Uh-huh,
type deal.
Yeah,
so you're just kind of watching, waiting to see if something happens then?
pretty much. Yeah.
Checking rooftops and alleys and
So
shit
you're not
like that.
you're not having
Patrols
to
and-
piss and shit in a coffee can, waiting for 3 days to shoot at some
I've done all that, man.
rogue guy walking
Oh,
by.
really?
Yeah, I've been on top of a building, and just my sniper team been forgot about.
Forgot about?
Yeah, straight up forgot about.
What the fuck do they say when you get back to base? Sorry, where
Somebody
you
wakes up.
been?
Somebody wakes up in the middle of the night at the house, like, "Oh fuck, we left the guys on the
Where
roof."
the
Yeah.
fuck is Chris at?
I mean, that's pretty much how it went. Yeah. Yeah.
My bad.
Go out there thinking you're gonna go for a 6-7 hour mission. You're there 3 days.
Oh,
got
fuck.
one MRE and eating. Luckily, we were in a building. The people were friendly downstairs and bring us up food, and
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
They were Iraqi people.
yeah, I ate a lot of Iraqi food, man.
What? Tell us about Iraqi. What's it? Is it couscous?
No, like falafels, a lot of chicken, a lot of rice.
That's not bad stuff.
Does
then.
it fuck with you?
Hell yeah, they're nasty.
It
man.
does?
Oh, they're nasty. Like they take these cows, man, and their cows are like you'd see these free roaming cows around there. They got nothing to eat but like trash, man. So they'd be so skinny. And they'd butcher these cows and put them in the market and stick them on a slat like a pallet. Like, yeah, I mean it's 140 degrees out
Right.
there, and you
It's just
go
fucking
by, see
cooking.
this cow, you go by the next day, still see that cow, and they just take slices off. Yeah, every time you eat it, gets sick. You know, going into it, you're gonna
Like
get
you're
sick.
just gonna have stomach issues.
Yeah,
It's
there's-
just
Yeah, there's
that's why we had a toilet paper shortage. People don't know that.
there's no getting used to it. Yeah, for sure. You got to send it all to them people.
You got to send it all over
chicken
overseas.
falafels. Yeah.
What was something that what did you enjoy about the cuisine? I mean, did you enjoy the chicken falafel, or
Yeah.
it just got you by?
No, yeah, some of them were good.
I can't imagine like fucking chicken too. Like that's got to be at room temperature. You know, that's got to be refrigerated. It can't be at room temperature. and-
Yeah, they don't believe in any of that. They come over here, they can eat it all. Their stomachs are rock hard.
So basically, if you eat chicken over there, you want to see them clean it and kill it, clean it, and cook it right then.
Yeah, you probably don't want to watch that either. You probably won't eat it. Who knows? It's gross.
We take food for granted in America.
Oh my God, we take everything for granted in America. Everything.
Is that hard? Like whenever you come back from a deployment to see some of the shit that some of the stuff that they bitch about. It's like, you really?
Yeah, man.
Your
Yeah.
coffee was 2 degrees colder than what
Oh,
you
yeah.
really liked it, and that's what you're throwing a fit at this barista about?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like I said, I mean, we take everything for granted. I mean,
wondered
running water. I mean,
Yeah.
the places I've been, they still got, pails and buckets on their head and walk into the river, and the shit that I've seen floating down this river. I mean, bodies and nasty shit, man. They got like a big nasty wild dog problem, man. It's kind of like coyotes here, but I mean they run just giant packs, and they'll kill these dogs, just stick them in the river, and
You get a Chinese restaurant in there, them fucking dogs be gone.
they probably eat them too. Wouldn't surprise me, man. They're hungry and they're poor.
Jesus.
It'd be a hard place to live.
Would for a fat guy like me.
You wouldn't be fat over there.
No shit.
No.
But I mean, you think about some of the things that we take for granted and that we bitch about. The Wi-Fi slow, whatever, traffic's bad.
That's funny because you'll go over there and you'll see and their houses are made out of mud and just slumming, man, really, really slumming. But the motherfucker all got an iPhone,
Yeah, no shit. Where the hell they get at? And bitching about cell service.
Yeah.
They'll be doing TikTok videos.
Yeah, they got iPhones. Where the hell are you getting that?
What always got me is and they used to get me in Mexico all the time, is that when you get outside the big cities in Mexico and you see the actual, like where the people live at, they live in a little corrugated metal building they don't have much at all.
Right.
And them fuckers are wearing white shirts and they're all pressed in white. I'm like, God damn, somebody has damn good laundry service around this place.
No kidding.
And I've never and just beautiful white stuff, and you see it all the time. I'm like, where the fuck do they do that shit at?
Man, they still got to, get dolled up. Still got to get some, Jeff.
Well, I understand that, but I look at that and I'm thinking, who's doing their fucking laundry? They don't even, they all live in one room.
Yeah, they definitely don't have no laundry service
No.
coming to your house. And hell, now that I think about it, I don't even remember seeing a washer or a dryer. I think probably washboards. And it's weird, man. That whole place reminds me of it's like a before Christ thing.
It's the same way they've been living since before Christ in the same spots.
They have not aged. I mean, there might be a couple here, things here and there that they throw in technology-wise, but other than that, I mean, they're still living the same way, and they're set in their ways, and religion set in their ways, and
yeah, the Muslims have not contributed a lot to the advancement of our country.
no, I wouldn't say so.
I mean, or the world. Let's say not our country, the world. They haven't done a lot of advancing things. And they're way behind on a lot of things, other than having the iPhone
And oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't even find that shit. We had to get the oil from them, I think, in the 40s or 50s whenever J. Paul Getty he's responsible for most of that. So.
Yeah. Can they use that as an excuse still? We're over there for oil. I mean, don't they say we got so much oil here?
Right.
All politics.
All politics.
All the big money.
Crazy.
So you decide you want to be a waterfowl guide.
Man, I'm so excited.
And so you're coming to Team Stanfield.
Yep.
You have no idea what you're getting yourself into.
No idea. Where am I living? Got me a cot out there.
We'll figure it out.
We have
Maybe.
a place for the guides to live.
All right.
We like to call them Kaufman's quarters. But
Tony and I are actually working on it right now, getting it nice and neat for you guys.
All right.
and that's where you live at. You'll live in dorm style. It'll be about like being in the Army again.
Hell yeah.
We feed you good over here, though.
Good.
Most people gain weight while they work here for the year.
Okay.
They're the best chocolate chip cookies in the world. You don't seem to be a sensitive person. You have thick skin. That helps here because, boy, if you're sensitive, whoo.
Eat me up, huh?
Yeah, if you got a weak point, we're going to find it out.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to have any problems with any of that.
No, man. I think I can handle it.
You can be around a lot of different people doing a lot of things.
I'm excited for it. That's what I'm here for. Meeting new people and
So,
trying to make people happy.
what made you make the switch to try to become a waterfowl hunter or a waterfowl guide? I'm sorry, you were always a waterfowl hunter.
Yeah.
What made you want to do this professionally?
God, the passion, man. I think at a certain point you get to an age and you say, well fuck what makes me happy because I'm going to, go for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's waterfowl.
I think that's a lot with your life experiences. You've realized that. People forget about that.
Man,
if
I've
something makes
seen-
you happy, a checkbook does not make everybody happy.
No.
I know a lot of people with some big old thick checkbooks that are not happy at all.
No.
You got to live your life and enjoy what you do.
Yeah, money doesn't make me happy at all. I mean,
Well, good, because you're getting in the right thing for that. because I do not know a wealthy hunting guy yet. I've never met one. I've never met anybody rich in the waterfowl business that wasn't rich before they were in the waterfowl business.
I've never met one unhappy person hunting waterfowl. I mean, does that happen?
Well, let me tell you, that's not always true. About January 25th or 26th, there's a lot of people right here that are pretty fucking unhappy. They're not unhappy; they're just wore out.
Until
Tired.
they come back
There's
to
a
that
difference.
chocolate
Tired.
chip cookie. Then
Yeah. No, most guys. I've known two people that were miserable that were in the waterfowl that were guides or outfitters that absolutely just were miserable.
Really?
Yeah. And both of them were older guys, and both of them blamed everything in their life on someone else's. Every problem was somebody else's fault. But I don't think it would have mattered what they did.
Yeah, they were
would have
miserable
been
before it.
They were miserable people.
Uh-huh.
But most of the guys that do this really enjoy it. There's different kinds of outfit guides, though. There's guides that are really passionate about what they're doing. I had a guy named Mags that worked for me, and he was passionate about waterfowl. I mean, everything about a duck and a goose, from the decoys to killing it to cleaning it to eating, everything. Would you say he's one of the most passionate waterfowl people you ever been around?
Yeah.
And then I've had guys I'm not going to name who were there that were just wanting some notoriety, that they did something that they thought was really cool, but they really didn't appreciate
Right.
the waterfowl hunting.
I mean, that's why I'm coming in this. I love everything about it. I mean, you can ask my wife. That's
You're
it consumes.
consumed with it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed. So, got to a certain point. It's like, man, well, I do this every day, anyways. Day in, day out. I grind it, and hell, I'm gonna take it to a job or take it to a passion.
Everybody that works here, other than the new kid Mikey, we don't know that well yet, But from what I see about him, he's passionate about it too. Everyone else that's worked here, and this is, multiple years of being here, they're all the same. They love the waterfowl hunting. I mean, a waterfowl guy that loves waterfowl, if he's driving down the road and he sees a flock of birds somewhere, he wants to stop and look at them.
100%.
Yeah, and my wife will tell you when we're on vacation or somewhere, if we see ducks or geese, I'm zoned in. And I don't hunt no more hardly at all. But I love ducks and geese. I love watching them. I love everything about them. I love old decoys and stuff. It's in your blood, and and so most of the people that are doing this, they just have that passion for being around it.
I think everyone listening to this podcast probably the same way, huh?
Most of our people listen. We have some non-waterfowl hunters that message us that just the bullshit.
Just enjoy your voice.
That's sad,
man.
I live with a woman that doesn't even like to hear my voice a lot of times.
No, I'm so excited. That's all I can think about. November 14th, right? I think that's when I'm coming.
You had a lot of people that when you put your thing out on the
Facebook,
on Facebook, I guess, about
overwhelmed.
How many job offers did you have? A bunch,
20 or 30.
See, that makes me feel good. You chose us over them. That's a good deal. That makes me feel good. I hope you don't regret that later down the line.
I hope I don't. Where's it? Yeah.
You're going to be overwhelmed with the podcast, with the Instagram and the Facebook stuff.
Too cool.
You've lots of people that'll try to get a hold of you. You have guys sending you naked pictures and shit. That's always happens to Andy all the time.
Yeah.
Andy comes in, I got 3 more dick pics today. Damn it, I was hoping 4 today.
Well, my Facebook's Chris Slaten. My messenger's open.
Just slide it on in.
Slide it on in, man. I'll judge you, I guess.
I did have a guy wanted me to send him a picture.
That's a funny shit.
Damn.
Oh, man. Not good.
What'd you tell a buddy of ours plays football for the Steelers?
I'm sorry. He wanted to know if I wanted to. No, what did he?
He wanted you to send him a naked picture.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's how it first started. Yeah. So, it's been a couple months ago. My memory.
It's been a couple years ago.
No, it was this winter. So yeah, that's how it all started. The guy first messaged me and he was like, "Hey, do you have time? I got a quick question." And I get that quite a bit during hunting season. Guys want to know about spreads and shit like that. And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "No, never mind." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." I go on about my day. 2 days later, I just really have a question. Want to know if it'd be all right if I ask you? Ask away, man. Whatever. I'm here to help you. I'm thinking it's a spread problem.
Yeah, it is a spread.
And he's like, hey, I'm not gay, but I just really think that you have a big cock.
Oh, my God. He didn't say it like that.
Yeah. If I could go back.
I'm not gay. He started it with
I'm not gay. Yeah, he started
gay.
with I'm not gay.
Okay.
But I think that you have a big cock. And I'm like, well, that can't be further from the truth. So sorry to disappoint you. And, whatever illusion you have of me, it's not true. And he's like, yeah, I have the same problem. Do you want to see it? And I said, no, I got one of my own. Like, why don't I want to see yours? And then
you didn't hit the block button in between that
combo. No, I'm gonna let
that's what kind of throws the red flag up on this. Is Andy let it go. Yeah,
I'm gonna let this one ride. See where it goes. So and then finally, he quit messaging me, and then like 2 weeks later, he messaged me again. I'm like, all right, I'm over it. It was funny at the time, and then I blocked him.
Yeah. So then he calls you. Can I get a hunt?
Yeah.
You got any openings?
When Andy has a celebrity here, he always brings that up. Has any guy ever asked you to see your dick?
Yeah. I asked James Washington. I'm like, so you think you're famous? Is anybody wanting to see your cock?
He's like,
I don't think so.
He's like, check this out.
Oh shit! It's
so you should be expecting that next.
Yeah.
Cock pics. Got it.
Yep.
Got it.
Just if somebody asks you, just let me see the name, because I remember the fucker's name.
That's when you really made it.
Stands out in my brain. That's when you know you've made it.
That's when people made it, Andy. You made it.
When people want to see your penis.
No.
That's when.
Well, we look forward to having you on here. I'm excited about you being part of the team. You'll be a lot. You'll fit in well here. You got a good personality. You're easygoing. We get the little bitchy guy that works here every once in a while, and he don't last very long.
It's not me, man.
If you got ego or you got thin skin, this is damn sure not the place to be here. And I can't imagine anybody with thin skin being in the Army very long.
No, you won't make it.
What would you do? Like, say it did happen. Would you just serve your time and that's it?
If what?
If you had thin skin and you just
wouldn't make it.
Those people whine and go
you
complain
just wash
a lot,
out
don't
and
they?
like
they push. Yeah, you get pushed out pretty quick. I mean, there's There's some still, some stuff that happens closed doors. You don't want to be a fuck up, especially in war, man. I mean, we don't have any room for it. You'll be gone pretty quickly. Thin skin doesn't work in general. I mean, hell, that doesn't work anywhere in life. I mean, you're gonna be sensitive to the way people talk.
There's way too much sensitivity in the world about shit.
I mean, y'all can see it. I got red hair, man. I've been dealing with this shit.
Well, I've been a bully my whole life.
You've been on the opposite side.
I've always fucked with people, but if someone fucks with me, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I got a lady at a gas station one time, fat ass lady. Come on now, you're gonna try to hurt my feelings. You gotta do a whole lot better than that. Mostly old lesbians. Me and old lesbians do not get along. For some reason, I just always find myself in some kind of banner with them.
You never tried to convert one, then?
These not the kind of lesbians you want to convert.
Okay.
These ain't the ones you see in a video or something.
No. Yeah, that's not real,
These are the ones that have the same haircut and wear the same clothes I do.
And lesbian porn ain't the same thing.
I don't think so. I don't know.
No. You never see them.
No, it's not two fucking big bulldocks going at it. It's two hotties. But I always seem to get into it with big bulldocks. Started at a young age.
You gotta watch them. Someone turn around.
I think it's because I enjoy fucking with people, and the more people get, the more irate someone gets, the more I enjoy it. It's no fun to fuck with someone that doesn't give you any kind of response.
Yeah, that'll be me. That'll be me.
You don't get responses.
No, I'm not. I'm probably not fun to fuck with.
It's no fun to be around like that.
Give them the thumbs up.
And we don't really have nobody here that's fun to fuck with anymore, do we?
Blake every once in a while will kind of give you what you're looking for.
Yeah, but Blake's so funny.
He's so funny. He makes fun of himself more than anybody. But every once in a while, you'll catch him in a mood where he'll kind of give you the reaction that you're looking for.
Yeah. My brother is the easiest one for me to fuck with. I fuck with him all the time. He gets so fucking bad.
Does he get heated?
Oh, he gets pissed off at me all the time.
Bo doesn't really give a shit.
No.
Kaufman, he's easygoing. Stoner's easygoing.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
My dad and my brother. I used to joke with my dad a lot. Dad was fun to fuck with because he'd get madder than hell at me, boy. And Tony's probably the person I fuck with the most. My grandkids. But we don't really have anybody here to fuck with right now.
Yeah,
We've had them.
Fucking with people that don't care. I mean,
we had a kid named,
ain't no fun.
No, we had a kid named Gunner 2 years ago, and he was so easy to fuck with because he just brung it on himself.
Oh, yeah.
You said fuck up earlier. That's an accurate description. Just everything.
Every day.
Every day was It was a different story.
He meant well. He was a nice kid. He just...
Oh, his intentions were very fucking noble.
Shit
just did not work out for him. Ever.
I mean, everything he did turned to shit.
Ouch.
I mean, everything.
Ouch.
I mean,
it's probably not just here then. That's probably just life in general.
And he means well. He's a nice kid, but he just I mean, it would be just like, did you shut that gate when you left? Oh.
Just everything.
Now,
I got it. We got a Snapchat from him last year, and he was working for like a construction company. And it was just, I can't remember what he fucked up, but it was something just like, oh, that's him. That's what he does.
Man.
Now Blake also did drive home with the trailer to the goose trailer open, enclosed trailer one time. The door opened the whole way.
No.
Yeah, he pulled up in the lodge and there was decoys trailed to the field.
I was behind him. I walked outside and I was like, Blake, what's the trailer door open for? And why you got like 4 decoys out in the parking lot? Oh, fuck. It's just, you realized it. So we drove all the way back to the field. He lost one in the field.
And that was it.
Other
than the parking lot.
When he turned around, he lost one. And then when he got in the parking lot, there was like a little bump right there, and he lost 2 or 3 right there.
I bet his paycheck was thankful.
Yeah. It would. Shit happens.
Man, I'm so excited to be here, though.
It's going to be a good year.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun. We do things as a family. It's what we do. It's our family. It's our life. It's our world. It's everything. And you're treated as part of family.
Good.
And that's why we do things around here.
And booking's looking good, huh? You don't have any
We're
openings?
busy. We're going to be busy. I have some openings. I have days I can work people in. I've got some days I can put some small groups in. And, I had a guy chastise me the other day for that.
Why?
He tried to make me look like an ass on a waterfowl page of some sort because I had some openings. Mm-hmm. More or less alluded to that if they were such a good place, blah, 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 why do they have openings this time of year? Well, dickhead, we don't run just one group a day.
Right.
And we do a lot of corporate business, and the corporate world has been turned upside down with COVID, and so we have lost some corporate customers. Everybody has. And, you know. And
So we open up Halloween, right?
Duck season.
duck season opens here,
and then goose season opens November 14th.
Really?
and we've got geese on corn. We got to
Most
start
of
running
the
out
time,
tonight.
most of the time, goose season opens first weekend in November,
Yeah.
and then for whatever reason, this year, the state of Texas decided to push it to November.
Normally, we would have opened up goose season October 31st, and we'd opened up duck season October 24th.
Yeah.
And this year, we're moved it back to November 14th. And now we've got geese on a field we're going to start running birds off of today.
So ducks for the first 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, and we're kind of busy. We're not every day, but we're as busy as I want to be at that time of year.
Yeah.
But from November 14th on, we're busy. But I do have some dates I can work in.
Good.
But I did. A guy tried to call me out, and I didn't. I just ignore it. But I want to say, listen, dickhead, we don't run just one group a day. We have
How did
multiple
you
groups
see
in
it?
multiple states.
Was
Just
somebody talking about us?
Scanning through. No, but he was alluding to us.
Oh.
He didn't specifically mention who, but I think Fat Ass with the podcast, I think kind of keyed me
Gave
in.
it away.
Hey, that motherfucker's talking about me.
You have Facebook scanner?
No.
No?
I look at my stuff and that's it. And I see the same 17 fucking things all day long.
I mean, there's some people that get on Facebook and just stay on
No.
Facebook.
I get on
Hours
Facebook
and
because
hours
I do a
and
lot of business on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, a lot
If
of
it
business.
wasn't for business, I don't think I'd have Facebook anymore. Because all I do is make piss people off on some political shit I talk about, but that's it. I'm trying not to do that as much anymore. But you got 5,000 friends and you see 17 same fucking updates, and that's it every day.
Same bullshit every day.
And 13 of them, I don't give two shits what they do anyways. You hate to kick someone off that you've known forever, but they're just not that fucking interesting.
Nah, just boot them, man.
They're not interesting. But then I had somebody message me one time. Why'd you kick me off Facebook? We've been friends since third grade. Well,
I hadn't talked to you since
yeah,
third grade.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah,
That might be why.
it's not that interesting. You know.
No, sometimes you gotta just tell people that. You know, you just gotta be open, straight up, very transparent. You know,
Listen,
I
20
just
years.
don't like you.
Listen,
I had to make room for somebody else, and
20
you were the list.
20 years ago, when you and your husband vacationed all the time, and you had bikini pics on there, it was nice to look at your pictures. But now that you're old and flabby like me, I don't enjoy it. Now, if your daughter gets a Facebook, give me a holler. No, you don't. You get yourself for saying something like that. But you know what I'm saying? It's just not as.
Yeah.
Some people just are not interesting.
Facebook just drives me nuts, man. Even that's turned political. It's so political.
That's all it is now. Social media is a big part of this whole deal.
Have you seen the Social Dilemma? Did you ever watch Social Dilemma on
No, I
Netflix?
didn't.
I watched that.
It-
Very
it-
eye-opening.
It tells you, I mean, everything. The creators of it are saying, like, look, we're headed to a civil war, and we know it.
Yeah.
Just because, like, you get into this loop, it figures out what you want to see, and then you just see more of it.
They'll tell you what you want to see.
Yeah.
That's the problem
Right.
with it. Is, I mean, everything that's on Facebook is because they want you to see it on Facebook.
They said if you type in, so according to your searches, like if you go to the Google search bar and you type in climate change is, and whatever autofill it is predicated off of your previous searches. So climate change is a hoax.
That's what I'm going to see.
That's what you'll see. But somebody like in Boston or whatever, they'll see climate change is
real.
Armageddon or the world ender.
Wow. Big
So-
Brother's watching, man.
Always watching.
For sure.
It's eye-opening, though.
If the ocean was rising, President Obama wouldn't have built or bought a $14 million house on Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Common sense tells me that. Netflix. I watched a show on Netflix last night. It's the first time I watched Netflix in a long time. And it's a movie, or it's a series out of Colombia about a bank heist that they did, and they robbed a bank.
What's that called?
It's based on a true story, and it's like a 10 series deal. And I watched 3 of them last night. Three episodes of the
saw
first
that.
3. It's really good, and I don't mind subtitles. But what's funny is I turn the motherfucker up. I'll be listening to it, and somebody will come in the room, and I'll turn up the subtitles. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I'm reading anyways, but I'll turn it up like I'm trying to.
Do like war movies bother you? Like waterfowl shows bother me.
No,
like
man,
like
no.
when you see like American Sniper or whatever, you're like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, you know, some of them do. I mean, I
You
I
enjoy
a
you
good
enjoy
war
it.
film. Yeah, I take it for what it is, you know.
Right.
I like the
Because
world-
waterfowl shows just drive me up a fucking wall.
Which ones?
All
Let's
of
be
them.
more specific here.
All of them.
Every one of them.
Really?
They're all bullshit. Even the one we're gonna put out next year, it's all fake people. Don't believe what you're seeing.
The killing is fake. It's you catch yourself judging it. It's like, well, I don't let them birds get a little closer.
I don't.
But then when our video's that way, you're like, oh, that's a good deal. But it looks the same way.
Nah, even ours is gonna be fake. Don't let them fool you. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Man,
We're doing a TV series here this year too.
No way.
Just YouTube. Just
YouTube.
YouTube.
Our own, but I've got a guy full time that's gonna work for us. That's gonna do all the. He'll be here in about 3 weeks, and he'll be here just doing.
I'm telling you, to the camera, it's all fucking fake. It's all fake. Had to tell them straight to the camera, just so they know.
It's not fake, guys.
But I don't like I don't like hunting shows much.
You got a lot of cool people. Don't you have Split Reed coming this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they'll be here November 15, 16, I believe. But Ryan's coming here, and then I think who's coming with Die Bomb the 14th and 15th?
Don't get me lying.
It'd be Asher.
You're the booking.
Nick.
You're the
Asher
bookings
and Nick,
guy.
I think.
You're the bookings
I don't
guy.
know. I don't know who's gonna be. I just know they're coming.
When is that?
That'll be the first weekend. Asher and them will be here, and then they leave on Sunday, and then on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Split Reed will be here.
It's gonna be a fun week.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking flies about to kill me.
And then you were always bitching about flies, Andy.
We have had hell with them the last 2 weeks.
I almost brought this salt gun that I have.
I need it. I'd shoot that fucker right
Do
off Jeff's
those
cap.
work really good?
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
We can get Reese one of those.
You need to get one. Matter of fact, I've found out that you put like sea salt in them. Make
Yeah,
the salt,
something like
make
real
the salt
coarse.
bigger. Yeah, it's almost shooting BBs.
My grandson would love that sumbitch. I'm gonna get him one of those.
I'm telling you,
He'd be shooting fucking
There'll be
flies
fucking
everywhere.
salt all over this bitch. Everywhere.
oh, they're pretty handy.
But I like World War II movies more than I do the Desert Storm type movies.
What's that new one? No, 1917 is what it was. That's World War One, I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't, and I won't. I would love to see Greyhound, whatever it is, but I won't watch anything with Tom Hanks in it. But I would love to see that show.
That's on Apple, I think.
Is it?
I haven't seen that one.
Or Amazon or whatever it is.
I don't know.
But anyways, I would like to see. That's his new movie that come out. But since he's a pedophile, I don't have nothing to do with his ass. But I would like to see that show.
Allegedly. Back into the fucking conspiracy theories.
Who's the pedophile? I missed that.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
You know,
Allegedly.
I read something about that.
See, it's got to be true. Then it's on Facebook.
I
Wasn't it?
did. I
Yep.
read something about that. That whole California underground.
I think there's a lot of
child
truth to
porn.
that shit.
I'm sure there
Right.
is. There's a bunch of sickos in
Would
the
you-
world. Just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you're not a sicko.
Look at every childhood actor that goes through, and then you have them that break ranks and they'll talk about it, and they don't get no more work no more.
Right.
You know, they wouldn't be trying to cover up all this Hunter Biden shit if it wasn't true. I mean, I'm a firm believer that he was doing some stuff with China. I know he was, but the same thing they impeached Trump for, he was doing, and his dad was. And I mean, I don't really give two shits. I think Trump's going to win anyways, but I think that we need to change our political system when it comes to, we need term limits, and we need to, those people work for us instead of them living high on the hog off of us.
Congress and Senate.
Yeah, that's the problems. That DC Beltway shit.
I think that's where it comes from.
Trump's been in politics 3 years, but he's a problem for the last 100 years. I don't think so.
We all know that, how much say does a president really have? I mean, they're going to have the final.
They got one now that bucks the system, and they don't like it. But before the president, and they're all just a figurehead for. They have power and stuff, but they're not the ultimate power.
Right.
It's all ran by somebody else. Just like the War Machine. The War Machine's been going on for years, and that's who's got us in wars all the time and conflicts everywhere, and the money we spend.
I remember when Obama was elected, and I was in Iraq. I think that's January '09. I remember watching something. We were on a base and watching the news, and it was like, troops are coming home.
That's what he said.
I fucking deployed after that, man.
He never brought anybody home.
No, he doubled down on everything.
Trump's brought more people home than anybody. He says he's
Unbelievable.
leaving Germany by December.
Really?
But that's because he's sick and tired of the United Nations, not the other countries not paying their money to the United Nations, or not United Nations, NATO. He's sick of us flipping the bill for the whole world on stuff. That's what gets me. Like Sweden and these other places are like, well, they've got better health care and, blah, blah. Well, that's because they don't have to spend no money for the military because we protect their ass.
Right.
So, anyways, at least you won't have to do politics out here.
Who was the guy who got on, I guess that was a couple days ago. He was saying, Lieutenant Colonel, was it?
Alan
West.
Alan West.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. He sounds like a cool dude, but he said something about, y'all asked him if you thought it was going to be mandatory, if it should be mandatory, and I'm complete opposite of that, man. I think 100% that everyone
Should serve.
Should serve. Every single person, and he made he made it to where, yeah, there's going to be a lot of bad apples, a lot of people that don't want to be here, but there's a job for them too.
Mm-hmm.
They don't scrape barnacles off the bottom of a boat.
They don't have to be in combat because, yes, if you got a bunch of bad seeds in combat, then you're in trouble. But then there's a chow they could be cooking somewhere, man. But
well,
it's good for people, man.
I just think if everybody did 2 years, you would get a much deeper understanding of how good we have it over here. A lot of the things that we bitch about, we wouldn't bitch about so much. And I just think that it could. I think everybody would be a fucking conservative, you know?
I think that the pro side to it for me would be that there couldn't.
Even if it just is.
What's that noise?
I don't know. Even if it just is the National Guard or something like that.
Right.
You don't have to deploy, but at least get out and see other parts of the world and see how fortunate you are to be here in America.
Appreciate your country a little bit.
People wouldn't have an excuse of, well, I couldn't do this. I couldn't go to college. Well, yeah, you can too, because you served your 2 years. You got a chance to go on a GI Bill to go to college. So you can go to college.
Yeah.
I think it would teach people discipline, a lot of discipline.
Oh, yeah.
That I could have used when I was younger.
And we fucking need that.
And a lot of discipline that could help people. And another thing that I think, but on the flip side of it, on his side, I understand is that he was a lieutenant colonel. How's it go? Is it general? What's under a general?
Under 1-star general, I believe it's lieutenant colonel. I think that's it.
So he's right below a general. I mean, he's way the hell up there.
He's below a colonel.
It'd be colonel and then lieutenant colonel.
Okay, but he's way up the ladder then.
Oh, he's up there.
He's getting saluted everywhere he goes.
100%.
So
he doesn't have to do anything anymore.
A guy like
wipe his ass.
A guy like that don't want to deal with a bunch of people that don't want to be there. Well, fuck, I don't want to be here. They told me I had to be here. But they don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
So I understand where he's coming from on that deal.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like an advanced class, an honors class compared to a regular class. When you go to an honors class, everybody in there wants to learn and to do something.
Yeah.
He wants people to be part of that team that want to be there.
Yeah.
But for America, the better part of America, I think we would be better off. Like Israel, everybody over there has to serve for 2 years, I think.
It is Israel. I
And
met some people from Israel.
And they use guns, and they're pro-gun.
Yeah.
And they don't put up with a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I just don't think that you would have like this Antifa bullshit I just don't think you'd have some of the bullshit that we've
It'd
seen.
be so much
this
different.
past summer.
I cannot tell you. I mean, the military, it'll buckle your ass down, whether you like it or not, man. I mean,
do you ever see anybody that goes in there like, I'm going to fucking buck this system?
Man, you will. If you go in there, it'll break you down real quick.
The first 36 hours at reception or whatever it is does it, don't it?
Probably so. First couple weeks. I mean, you're gonna know really quick where you're at. That's a job. Even though that it's getting softer, man. I mean, that's a whole another topic on its own. Is the system, the military, and it's getting soft.
What did Payne say? Like, as soon as they got off the bus, they had to like hold their backpack over their head for God knows how long.
He told me, he said, when we got on that bus at Columbia and they were going from the airport to the base, he said, we pulled in that base that, going through the gates and shit. He goes, I could have went to college. He goes, all I had to do was go to class. And he said, make my grades. He goes, what the hell have I done to myself? He told me, he said,
what have I done to my future?
He said, that's what I said when I got through the deal. And then people screaming at him. But he said the mental part didn't bother him. He knew they were going to do that. But he said a lot of the guys, the mental, they're just fucking with you. And he said, if you get in your mind right, it's not a personal deal.
Right.
That's just life. But yeah, he said that whole deal. But he did. He's like, what the fuck did I do? I could be in college right now doing what I want to do, and this is what I chose to do.
I think that's probably 95% of us, man.
How did I end up here?
95% of us. God damn it, if I just would have if I would have learned that calculus, I swear.
Well, his problem was not learning this. He just didn't want to go to class. He just didn't like college.
Yeah,
and he said, and now I'm in the Army, and I'm going to go to college while I'm in the Army. So when I get out, I can have a job, and I could have just bypassed this whole Army. But it's been great for him, and he likes it.
The discipline.
He learned
Change your life.
The discipline was the best thing about it.
Change your life.
Now, the funny part was when we went to eat, we picked him up from boot camp, and then we took him to Florida to his AIT school at the Navy base, and and he rode with us. He was there for 2 days, and we stopped to eat dinner, and he's got his napkins out and everything lined up, and he's like, civilians are just so nasty and blah. I'm like, what the fuck happened to this kid all of a sudden? And he's been programmed now. Now when we're around him when we go eat, he's one of us again. But that right after boot camp, boy, they had him
Oh yeah, you'll notice it probably eating fast as hell.
Yeah, now it's back to normal though. But
Is he back to normal?
Oh yeah. On his eating is now.
You say he was in Tacoma, wasn't he?
He's gonna be there for 4 years, and he loves it.
Oh, Lewis is a great place.
He says it's a beautiful place. He
Great
said
place.
He really likes it now up there. He's going out and he's coming home for Christmas, and he's like, he was going over his airplane tickets. He said, whoa, hold on. He said, I'm not staying until January 4th. He said, there's a whole lot more to do in Seattle on New Year's Eve than there is in Knox City, Texas.
100%.
And he said, so I'm going home by the 31st. He said, I'm going to fly home on the 27th.
Yeah.
Does missing like Thanksgiving and Christmas and shit like that, did that fuck with you when you were deployed?
When my daughter was born, and she was 14 months before I even met her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the reason I got out. I loved it. I mean, I love the military. I'd still be in.
You loved war.
I loved war. I mean, that's the combat was my thing. And when you're home, they call it garrison, and that's the worst thing ever, man. You got to shave every day, and everything's got to be clean, and you got to be on your tiptoes and dog and pony.
Oh, you
show.
didn't have to when you're over there. You don't have to do all that shit.
Fuck no.
You can let your beard grow out, you said.
Now, you're a sniper. Don't y'all have the same rules as Rangers? Can't y'all grow a beard in the Army?
No, they got a little different rules than us, man.
See, Payne had a chance to go to Ranger school. He was the first cyber person they ever offered that to, and he turned it down. And I think now he wishes that he would have done that.
They do. Most of them do 6-month deployments, so that's a big thing.
He told me that he said in the Rangers, he said they got a whole different set of rules for them than everybody else.
So what is it about being home? Is it just you're not, the action's not there, or is it just you don't like the dog and pony show of having to toe the line?
A little bit of both. Like I said, I mean, there's a certain point in my life, that's all I knew. All I knew was war, and all I knew was combat. And you get home, and it's a hard transition. That's the hardest thing about getting out is the transition. Whether you're getting out for good or coming back home from deployment, things are different. I mean, you're right back into it, getting a car and getting back on the freeway and staying in one lane.
Right.
And
Dude,
it's a hard transition, man.
I can't imagine.
Hell's Angels, ain't that where they come from?
I don't. They might have been old veterans.
From I think the Korean War, and they come home, they were fucking bored. They started a motorcycle gang and started robbing and pillaging and doing whatever they did at the time, partying hard. And I think that's where it come from. I'm sure there'll be some background here. I'll chew my ass out for doing it. But I think that is the story behind it.
That we had a guy that hunted out here. He was he worked for an agency, and he was the bomb diffuser guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said when he got home was after he diffused a fucking bomb that could blow him sky high. When he got home, that was when he had issues. That was when he started getting the shakes and he'd get sick to his stomach. He said, diffusing the bomb, that's no problem. He said, but after and having to deal with the quiet, he said, I can't take it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it messes up people around you, and your family has to deal with it. And matter of fact, when I got home, my first deployment, we got back to Fort Hood. I think it's 2009. So back 2009 is when that psychiatrist or whatever the hell he was on Fort Hood killed all those people. And man, I talked to that guy 15 minutes before that happened.
Ooh.
That guy?
That guy in particular. Yeah, that was my unit.
Whoa.
The Muslim guy.
The Muslim guy.
That they covered up all that shit.
Yeah, so even getting home, you get home from war, and
then you got to deal with some fucker like that.
you're back in it. So there's no transitioning. It's hard transition, man.
Well, I'm excited that you're here.
Yep. We look forward to you. You'll be a good member of the team. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you have any problems, just talk to Tony, okay?
Looks like the ladies are getting lunch ready, so we'll wrap this up. We are excited to have you here.
Yeah, I'm too excited. I appreciate the opportunity.
Hey,
Glad you came out here, and let's go have some dinner.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to you. God bless you, and have a great day. Ollie, dog. What are you doing, buddy?
Thanks, guys.